My name is Ragne Kristine Sigmund, and I'm a Norwegian photographer, and now I'm working as both as a professional photographer and as a teacher in photography. And in my spare time now, I work a lot with a project with light painting. Light painting is a way of doing photography where you use a long exposure time in a dark room as a basic. And I would say a long exposure time would be everything from 10 seconds to 30 seconds. That is what I am working on in this project. And everything that happens during that time will be captured on the chip. It's very exciting to see how things evolve during the session. One picture is never the same as the next picture. They're all different from each other, depending on what kind of effects you put in. You can make smoke effects with it, you can make fire effects with it, or just something very dreamy-like movements. My inspiration, I get it from everywhere. It might be objects, might be fabrics that I find in stores, peculiar small things, and very often I would buy it, so I have my little prop room with a lot of stuff now. I would actually say that my prop room is my treasure chamber, where I can just, find things and make something on the spot. During a photo session, I'm kind of lacking something, I need some fabric or whatever. I would just walk in here and I'll find it immediately. I get very creative when I'm working like that. So what I'm trying to express is some kind of an underwater situation, or it could be in the air. Something, a model that is distant and she's a little bit difficult to reach. You just have to plan in advance before you start shooting, where to start with your light and where to end. I prefer to start with the background first. Since she's lying on the glass, it will look like as light is coming from behind her. And then I put what I call fill-in light, just to control the contrast. That is separated from the main light. And then afterwards I focus on the main light, what kind of light direction that comes from. And then at the end I do the effect lights, and then I could move the fabric around on the body of the model and make those effects that I want to have in the picture. I like to put these effects on during the take, during the shot, and not in Photoshop afterwards. I have done that a lot as well, but it takes time to work with things in Photoshop, and sometimes it's too controlled. So it's actually very nice to do it in the shot and get ideas from all the mistakes you might do, because suddenly something weird happens and like, whoa, this was cool, let's try that again. And that sometimes the photo session can take a different turn than maybe that was my initial idea. But it's just, one idea give birth to the next idea. And that is actually how this glass plate idea of mine has evolved. That was just small things during several months. I just put them together, and then suddenly my idea was very clear and I knew what I was going to work on.